So we'll start today about the inbound email messages. So everyone is good with that outbound email message? Any query from your end? Any query from your end regarding the outbound email message? Any query from your end regarding the outbound email message? So what is the purpose of outbound email message? If you want to send an email from Salesforce to any external system, we will go with outbound email services. How many types of outbound email services are there? 2 types. What are they? Single email message, mass email message. Okay. Now, we have seen how to send a plain text body, how to send a HTML body, and we have seen how to send an email template, how to attach documents. Right. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, let us go to the next concept. Inbound email services. So when you are trying to understand inbound email service, first we need to understand interface. First we are supposed to understand the concept of interface. What is an interface? What is the purpose of an interface? Because inbound email services are implemented with the concept of interfaces. Now, to give you the concept, right, I'll take a general example. Now, I have this general example. Right. I have Shyam. So here I have look at this. These are the group of people. Now, these people, this Sam want to claim himself as a boyfriend of this Divya. When you want to claim yourself as a boyfriend of this Divya, now what is that? Boss, if you want to use a name called boyfriend, it is a must that you have to provide some services. Without providing the services, you cannot claim this word, right? Now, what is that? It is automatically understood that if you say this Ravi is a boyfriend of this Ramya, it is automatically understood that he is offering some services. Some mandatory services are there. Now, these are mandatory. Beyond that, if you want to provide your choice, but there are some mandatory services. Now, when you say Shyam is a boyfriend of Divya, it is automatically understood that he is providing some transport facility, shopping. Now, if the Shyam says is a boyfriend of Divya, automatically what are the services he is providing? Now, no need to tell, Shyam, no need to tell, it's automatically understood. You are providing these 3 services. When Ram says is a boyfriend of this, he is automatically providing these services. How are you providing these services? He is not telling. They are only telling, boss, if you want to use a word called a boyfriend, it is a must that you have to provide a transport, shopping and chatting. Without that, you cannot use. If any one of the services is not provided, you cannot claim yourself as a boyfriend. Now, what is this? Now, this is Shyam want to use a word called boyfriend. That is a must that he has to provide these 3 services. Only these 3 services are mandatory. Beyond that is your choice. But these 3 are must. Now, the question is, they are telling what are the services you have to offer, but they are not telling how you have to offer the service. Now, the Shyam is picking up and dropping. Ram booking a Ola cab and providing the transport. Ravi purchased a car and given as a gift. Now, in 3 cases, what is the service you provided? Transport. But how the Shyam provided? He is picking and dropping. Ram, Ola cab. Ravi purchased a car and gifted. Now, what was this? In 3 cases, you are providing a service of transport. They are saying transport service is a must, but how you provide this service is not defined by us. We only define what services you have to offer. We will not define how we have to offer. How you provide is up to the choice of Sham. How the Sham provide the service is up to the choice of Sham. That I told shopping. Sham taken for a, let us say he has taken into Inorbit Mall for shopping. Ram, he has booked everything on Amazon. Now Ravi gave a credit card and told do whatever you want. Now in all the 3 cases, what they are providing? Service of shopping. But how are you providing? Depends upon the customer. But what is a must? Now the way you provide the service may change, but everybody is providing these 3 services. Why? Because you are claiming yourself as a boyfriend. If you are claiming yourself as a boyfriend, you are offering these 3 services. But how you offer this service will change from person to person. But everybody is giving these 3 services. 3 services are mandatorily given, but how you provide is up to your choice. I hope you are good with this. Clear? Okay. Now this same concept we are calling as what? Interface. When you say interface, when the class says he is using this interface, he has to define these 3 services. Any class who says I am implementing this interface, you have to define every method that is given in the interface. Right. Look at the point. So if I say interface, what is an interface? It is a collection of unimplemented methods. 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 Then any class which you want to use this interface, any class which you want to use this interface, they should define, they should implement this interface. So how you define? Public class example implements so how the class will use the interface? Class implements interface. Let us say example I have an interface here, public void invoke. Public like this we have. Then what you are supposed to do? Public class example, public class example implements call me public interface demo. Public interface demo. Now class is implementing call me demo. A class can implement how many interface? More than one interface. That is giving void show. Public void this is what we got. If a class want to use an interface, class will implement interface. Class implements interface. Class implement interface. When a class implement an interface, 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 it has to define every method we have in the interface. It will define every method we have in the interface. Right. Class is implementing an interface. It is defining every method in the interface. Class can implement how many interfaces? More than one interface. Okay. This is the basic story. Now, why did we go for this? Because we want to discuss about inbound email service. What is this inbound email service? If you want to receive email from third-party system to Salesforce, if you want to receive email from third-party system to the Salesforce, if you want to receive email from third-party system to the Salesforce, then we are supposed to go with the inbound email services. Then we need to go for inbound email services. If anybody want to implement inbound email services, they have to implement an interface called messaging.inbound email. What is the message they have to use? What is the interface they have to use? Messaging.inbound email handler. What was that? Messaging.inbound email handler. What was that? Okay, I'll go with this. Just thought of showing you critical information. Let me show you this. Look at this. What is the interface you are supposed to go ahead? Messaging.inbound email handler. So any class which you want to receive, if you are sending an email to me, the email which is sent to me, with the help of that email, I want to perform some logic. Whatever the email you have sent to me, with the help of email what I received, I want to perform some logic. Then where should I send this email? I am sending the email what I received to the Apex class. The email what I received, I am sending to an Apex class. Now, to which Apex class I can send? Any Apex class which implements messaging.inbound email handler. Any Apex class which implements messaging.inbound email handler. Any Apex class which implements messaging.inbound email handler, to that class, the email will be sent. So what I'm doing here, look at the point. Look at the point here. So I have here. What I was supposed to do? Class inbound email handler. So if a class want to handle the email which is sent by the third party, if a class want to handle the email which was sent by the third party, class has to implement messaging.inbound email handler. Class has to implement messaging.inbound email handler. Then we have any class is implementing this interface. Any class is implementing this interface. This class has to define a method called handle inbound email. Handle inbound email. Look at the point. I told you, if a class is implementing any interface, it has to define every method given in the interface. So what is the method that is available on inbound email handler? Let me give you this. Inbound email. In this, what is the method that we have? Handle inbound email handler. In this interface, there is a method called handle inbound email. In this method, we have messaging dot inbound email result. What was this messaging dot inbound email result? There is a variable called success. If the email was handled successfully, this will be true. If the email was not handled successfully, it will be false. If the email was handled successfully, it is a true. If the email was not handled successfully, it is a false. If the email was handled successfully, it is a true. If the email was not handled successfully, it is false. Are you getting my point? So we have true, we have false. Messaging dot inbound email result. Messaging dot inbound email result. It will say true or false, whether the email was handled successfully or not. Next one we have messaging dot inbound. Whatever the mail you send me, that mail is here. If you have sent me a mail, whatever the mail you have sent me, that mail will be stored in inbound email. Whatever the mail you have sent me, that mail is stored in inbound email. Whatever the mail you have sent me, that mail is stored in inbound email. So messaging dot inbound email. Messaging dot inbound email. Here what we have? CC address, from address. At the time of sending, you already kept, right? From address, CC address, BCC address, subject, plain text body, HTML body, all this data is here. Binary address, CC address, from name, header, HTML body truncated, in reply to, message ID, plain text body truncated. All these are what? The properties of the mail what we received. Whatever the mail we received, that mail from address, to address, CC address, subject, plain text body, HTML body, this type of data we have mentioned. Right. So that is inbound email. Third one. So in the inbound email, what we can get? From subject. HTML body, so and so. Inbound email, from address, CC address, two addresses, subject, plain text body, HTML body, and this is how we are giving it. Inbound email. Then messaging dot envelope. This will contain from address. This will contain from address to address. This will contain from address to address. Are you getting my point? So what are the three classes we have? Messaging dot inbound email result, messaging dot inbound email, messaging dot inbound envelope, messaging dot inbound email result, messaging dot inbound email, messaging dot inbound envelope. Inbound email result will have success, true or false. Messaging dot inbound email will have from address, CC address, to address, subject, plain text body, HTML body. Inbound envelope will have from address to address. Inbound envelope will have from address to address. I hope you are good with this, right? Now, first I am creating a messaging dot try catch. Now if it's a try, I told result dot success equal to true. What does it mean? Whatever the email you have sent, that email I have handled successfully. Return result. This is what I told. Result dot success equal to true. Result dot success equal to false. Now the mail what you sent, if I handled success equal to true, if I didn't handle success equal to false. If email what I received, if I handled success equal to true, if I didn't handle success equal to false. Now what I want to do, whatever the email you have sent me, based on the email what you sent me, I want to create one case. Whatever the email you have sent me, based on the email you have sent me, I want to create a case. Whatever the email you have sent me, based on the email you have sent me, I want to create a case. So what I want to do, whatever the email you have sent, based on that email, I want to create a case. I repeat, whatever the email you have sent me, based on that email, I want to send a case. Okay. Now look at the format. Look at the format what we have. String from address equal to email dot. From whom did you receive the address? From address. From where did you receive the address? From address. From where did you receive the address? I told from address. From where did you receive the address? From where did you receive the address? From where did you receive the email? Email dot from address. From which email address you have received this? String subject. Email dot subject. What is the subject of the email? Then I have what? Email dot plain text body. Right. So from the email, from address, subject, plain text body. The email what we received, the email from address, subject, plain text body. Then I'm writing a query here. Contact con equal to select contact where email equal to. So from whomever I received the email, based on that email ID, I am finding out the contact. Find out the contact who has sent the email. You have sent the email to me. From whomever I have received the email, that based on that email address, I am finding out the contact. Contact C1 equal to select. Is this line is clear for everyone? Line number 8. From whomever you received the email, from address is known. Based on that email address, find out the contact. Once you find out the contact, I am creating a case. C dot subject. Subject equal to subject of the email. C dot priority. C dot status. C dot origin. C dot description. Now we are trying to create here contact. Case subject equal to subject what we received from the email. Priority normal, status new, origin email. Description is whatever the body of the email is there, that body I gave it as a description. Then C dot contact ID. Case is created by the contact whose email ID is matching with the from address. Did you follow the points? Anyone has any query on this point? Clear? Based on the data what we had received in the email, we are trying to create a case. Okay. Now program is created, very good. But how do I send an email? If I want to send an email to you, you have to give me your email address. Now, somebody want to send an email to me, you have to give me email address. Without giving an email address, how could I send an email? You are supposed to give email address. Then look at the point. Setup. Build. Create. Build. Develop. Then we have email services. Email services. New email service. Now, if an email is coming to this email address, to which class I have to send? Send that email to this class. Do you want to accept any attachments? No. Accept the mail from, you want to say accept the mail from particular email address, we can mention it. Active, save and new email address. Accept the mail from Satish Mail notes@gmail.com. Once I create this, what are you getting here? Practically, will you give this email address to client, customer? You cannot give that. So what we give? We give this email address to whom? To network administrator. He will configure this with your company mail address. Maybe support@icsa.com. So when you send a mail to that mail will be forwarded to this mail ID. Are you getting? So straight away we cannot use this email ID. We cannot give such a lengthy email address. We will give this to your network administrator. Your network administrator will configure this email address with the company address. They have their problem. This is my problem. You send an email. Go to your case. Still not received. Let's wait. Not received. Let's wait for the file. Still not received. Let's wait for the file. Did I activate it? Let's wait for the files. Probably it's taking some time to receive the message. Meanwhile, I'll send one more email. You not received. Let me check whether any validations are missing or any required fields I have missed out. No validations. No triggers. Okay. Now let me create the case once again. Go back to the case. Now, there is a possibility that I might have received more than one contact. I wrote a single contact. There is a possibility that there is a possibility that I might have received more than one contact, or there is a possibility that there is no contact with the name of Satish Bala Notes. So what I will do, I'll try to modify the email address, because I wrote a SQL query. If the SQL query is not giving any record, the DML will be failure. Then I'm giving it right. Look at this. Again, I'm activating the email address. I not change anything there. I just reactivate it. Once again, compose. Some message I'm giving. So what was the one of the issue I encountered there? I wrote a SQL query. The SQL query may be giving more than one record or not giving even single record. In both the cases, there is an issue. So that's why I rectified it. Let's wait for the file. Now what happened? Hardware installation closed. So what was the issue here? What was the issue? Now hardware, look at the case. Case is created. This is the body of the email, right? This is a contact. Then I told hardware installation issue. Now previously it didn't execute. The reason is contact. This query is not returning a single record. There are no contact records in my database whose from address is satishmalanotes@gmail.com. There is a reason the DML failed. There is a reason case is not created. So immediately when a case is not created, I went to the contact. I modified one of the contact email addresses, Satish Bala Notes. The record was created. Is that was clear for everyone? Clear? The issue was with respect to what? DML failure. Why the DML failure? There is no contact record coming. Why there is no contact record? Not even a single record with the email address called satishmalanotes@gmail.com. That's why contact came as null. It thrown error message. There is a reason. What I have done is I went to contact record, modified one of the contact email address as Satish Malanotes. I hope you are good. People followed this. People followed. Clear for everyone? Clear, boss? Okay. Now, people have followed this. People have followed this. Clear? Okay. Now, let us write a program. Same program. Create. Whenever a email is received, create a contact. Create a contact. Whenever email is received, create a contact. Create a contact. So the contact last name is email.from name. Then we have email address equal to email. Now, with the help of this, start creating a contact. Whenever a new email is received, with the data that is there in the email, create a contact record. With the data that is there in the email, create a contact record. First, all of you create a class that implements messaging.inbound email handler. Create a class that implements messaging.inbound email handler. create a class that implements messaging.inbound email handler. First, how did you create a class? Class implemented. What is the first? Implements messaging.inbound email handler. Then what is the method they have to define? Public inbound email result. Handle inbound email. Inbound email. Inbound envelope. Then what is the return type they're expecting? What is the return type they're expecting? Messaging.inbound email result. Messaging.inbound email result. Create an object for this. Now, you are supposed to create a contact. How do you create a contact? Contact C1 equal to C1 dot asking email dot C1 dot email insert C. Insert contact. Give return result. Right. I hope you're good with this. I hope you're good with this format. People are good with this. Based on the email what I received, I was trying to create a contact. Right. Then what should I do? Create an email service. Create an email service. Okay. I hope everyone is good with this example. I hope everyone is good with this example. Then let us go to the next part of the story. The next part of the story is how to create attachments. While I am sending an email, I send some email with attachments, right? At the same time, while you are receiving the email also, you will receive attachments. While I am sending, I have sent attachments. While receiving the email, sometimes the people may attach screenshots and send you. You are making a call to customer care. There is an issue, you are making a call to customer care. You are making an issue, we are making a call to customer care. When you are making a call to customer care, I may also append, okay, I can also send the screenshots of the problem what I have. Now, when you are sending email, if you are sending an attachment, how to take those files from the email, put them to the case what I created. Listen to the format. Email, with the data from the email, I created a case. In the email, if you send any files, I want to take those files and create like an attachment. Are you getting my point here? Email will be a case. The files what you attached in the email, those I want to create like a attachments here. The email what you send is a case. The files what you attach, that I want to create them like an attachment in the record. So how do you do that? Listen carefully. Requirement is clear. Have you got the requirement? If you send an email, with that email I am creating a case. In the email, if you attach any files, with that files I want to create one attachment in the case record. Okay. Listen carefully. If you are sending any attachments, what are they? Binary attachments. What are they? Binary attachment. In the binary attachment, what will be there? It can be a single file, multiple files. You can send a single file, multiple files. That is why we are taking as array. Then what we have? Body of the file, name of the file, then we have address. Now let us take this example. Try to understand this example. The last example of this email. Messaging dot inbound email handler. Public messaging dot inbound email result. Handle inbound. Inbound envelope. Messaging dot inbound email, messaging dot inbound envelope. So first, what you are supposed to do? Inbound email result. Inbound email result. Messaging dot inbound email result. Then we are trying to control. Right. Result dot success equal to This is what we give. What is the first point we need to do? Inbound email dot binary attachment. Inbound email dot binary attachments. Look at the point. Email dot binary attachments. Whatever the attachments we received, we'll got it. Messaging dot inbound email binary attachment. That can be one file or multiple files. Then create a case. Case C equal to subject. C dot priority. Priority equal to then C dot description. Then we have email dot then we have insert inserts. Then inserts. Then what I was supposed to do? Create attachment. Take one by one file, create as attachment. Do you remember that every object will have nodes and attachments? Every object will have nodes and attachments. At the time of creating a custom object, we had an option, one-time creation options. What is that? Create a tab, add a nodes and attachments to the detail page. Nodes is one object, attachment is one object. So what I'm trying to do? List of then we have C dot binary attachment. Then email inbound dot binary attachments. Then what you are supposed to do? Attachment A equal to new attachment. Simple DML operation. Parent ID. For which record this attachment is added. Whatever the case I created, for the case I am adding this. A dot body equal to A dot name. This is what I was trying to create. Now look at the format. Try to understand the concept here. Try to understand the concept. There was some bug here. What was the bug? Now try to look at line number 6 to line number 12. Line number 6 to line number 12. If you have any issues, let me know. Line number 6 to line number 6 to line number 14. Any issue with the code what I wrote? Say code. What I was trying to make there? What is my intention? What is my intention? My intention was to create. My intention was to create case. Case. Subject is email subject. Priority is normal. Status is new. Description is body of the email. Origin is email. We inserted the case. Then, now we got files. What are these files? What are the files? Email dot binary attachment. In the email, what are the files you have appended? Those files you have taken. It can be a single file or it can be a group of files. That is the reason one by one file I have taken. Every file will have a name. Every file will have a body. So for every file, we are creating one attachment. One file, one attachment. Now attachment should be added to which record? Attachment should be added to which record? That's why attachment dot parent ID equal to case what we created. Whatever the case we created, that case. Attachment body equal to file body. Attachment name equal to file name. Then add them to the list. Insert attachments. Now look at the code from 17 to 24. Check. Look at the code from 17 to 24. Look at the code.
Satish, can you explain line number 20?
Line number 20. Now we are creating an attachment, boss. Go to this record. What was this? Attachment. This attachment is for what? This record. So this is a parent. This is a child. Now there should be a lookup field on this attachment object. What is that lookup field called? Parent ID. Parent ID will store ID of the parent record for which the attachment is added. So here, parent ID. Parent ID equal to C.ID. What is C? Keys. So this attachment is added to this keys. Is the was clear? Right,
Thank
boss?
you.
Right. Okay. Now let us go back. Let us create a email service. So look at this. How do you create email services? Setup, build, develop, email services, new email service. Test service. What is the name of the Apex class? Do you want to accept the attachments? Text or binary or all? It will all. Now, accept email from, you want to accept the email from any specific address, you can mention it. Now, in case I wrote a program for binary attachment, if somebody send a text attachment, what should I do? Convert the text to? Because my program was for binary. If somebody send a text, what should I do? Convert them into act. Now, in case email failed, what should happen? Discard, leave it, bounce back. When you're sending an email, if some service is not good, you get a bounce back mail, right? Email sending failed, discard or requeue. So this is to handle the failure errors. Now, any email failed, you want to send all those emails to particular email address, then I can give you email address. If any email failed, that will be sent to this. Then I told save and email address. Then what happened? This is the email address we got. As I told you, we will not give this email address to customer. We will configure this email address with your company email address. We will configure this email address with your company email address. So if you send an email to that email address, that will be forwarded to this. Then I'm giving it. Somewhere we're giving. Now, whatever the message he is going to type, description will be given, right? What is the problem that he has got? Then I'm attaching some files. SQL example. So I was sending email with some attachments. So I sent an email with attachments. Now we received, because I have not given contact, it's blank there. Now, this is what we received. Then the file CRM tower text SQL.exam. Whatever the files I attached there, it was attached to the case. Is that was clear for everyone? So the email what you sent, that is attached to the case. I hope you are good. So if you receive an email, what you want to do? Now let's see. As per my requirement, I create a case. He may ask you to create a lead. Somebody may ask you to create an opportunity. Somebody may ask you to create XYZ. So at the end of the game, context is the same. Whatever the mail we received, take the data, perform the operation. Now my requirement was to create a case. I created. Your requirement may be to create a lead. Somebody's requirement may be create a particular record in a custom object. So at the end of the game, when the email comes, how to take the data from the email, process it and handle it? There is a question. So this is called as what? Messaging inbound email services. So how many types of email services we have? Two types: outbound email service and inbound email service. Outbound email service, inbound email services. Outbound is to send the data send an email from Salesforce to external system. Inbound is to receive the email from external system to Salesforce. Okay. So here, what are the services we have? We'll also see. We'll also see some properties here, limitations. Okay. So I already told you very clearly. Boss, if you are sending a mail from Salesforce to external system, it is outbound. Receiving to the Salesforce, it is a inbound. Now in this case, you look at this. Base email class. In the base email class, set BCC address, set reply to, set BCC sender, set reply to, set template ID, set save as activity. When you say save as activity, the mail what I sent, that mail will be stored to the record as an activity. That will be okay, boss. On this record, I have sent a mail. Whatever the mail I have sent, that will be saved here. Set as activity. Now, when I'm sending for this customer, this mail is sent. How do I know it? I want to keep a reference of this. Now, we are sending a mail to a particular customer. On the record, you want to maintain that I sent an email to this customer on so and so date. As a reference, I want to maintain. So, what I will do? Set save as activity. Then set sender display name. If you want to give any signature, we can give it. If you want to give any signature, we can give it. Right. Now what we want to do? Outbound email. Similarly, if you want to go for inbound email, somebody is sending, we are trying to receive, then we want to handle. So finally, what are the classes we are going to use, boss? Messaging dot single email message, messaging dot mass email message, messaging dot email. Then we have got messaging dot email file attachment. Then messaging dot inbound email result, messaging dot inbound email, messaging dot inbound envelope. I hope you are good with this. People are good with this. Clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Right, boss? Outbound message, inbound message. I hope everybody is good with this. Right? Okay. Let us get into next concept. Our next concept is, I am closing this topic. Everyone is good with this example. Everyone is good with this example. Any query from your end? Any query from your end? Everyone is fine, right? Clear, right? Okay. Let us go to the next concept. Next concept is, my next concept is custom settings. What is the next concept we have? Custom settings. What is this custom settings? Boss, if you want to store a data, where will you store the data? In the Salesforce, where do you store the data? Any data that you want to store in the Salesforce, where will you save it? You will save the data in custom object, okay, or standard object. Now, if I save the data in an object, how will you fetch it? You have to write a SQL query, fetch the data. If you store the data to a table, if you want to fetch the data, how will you fetch? Write a SQL query and fetch it. Write a SQL query and fetch it. Now, write a SQL query and fetch it. Write a SQL query and fetch it. Now, look at the point. If you are every time going to the table and fetching the data, it is taking more time. So, any data which is frequently used, the data should be fetched without writing a SQL query. Let me give an example here. So I gave here dollar. Dollar means global. Global objects are referred with a dollar. Dollar means global objects. Did I write a SQL query here? The data which is stored to user organization, I was fetching without writing a SQL query. Why? Because this is a global data. Any data that is frequently used, if I have to write a SQL query and fetch the data, then if I have to write a SQL query and fetch the data, it takes more time. So the data which is frequently used, I should be able to fetch the data quickly without writing a SQL query. That is how those objects are given as global objects. That is how those objects are given as global objects. Those objects are given as global objects. How do you create custom global objects? These are standard global objects. How can you create a custom global objects? When I create a data like a global object, I can access the data without writing a SQL query. Generally, if you create a custom object, save the data. If you want to fetch it, you have to write a SQL query and fetch it. Now, if I have a data in the global object, I can fetch the data without writing a SQL query. If it is a global object, I can fetch the data without writing a SQL query. Right. Similarly, how can you create your own objects whose data can be fetched without writing SQL query? That's where we got custom settings. Custom setting is also like a custom object where we can store the data, but the data that is stored to the custom object will be fetched by writing a SQL query. The data which is stored to the custom setting can be fetched without writing a SQL query. Any data that we store in a custom setting that can be fetched without writing a SQL query. Any data that is stored to the custom object has to be fetched by writing a SQL query. Any data that is stored to custom setting that can be fetched without writing SQL query. Now, how many types of custom settings are there? Two types of custom setting. One is a list custom setting, another one is a hierarchy custom setting. Again, I repeat, custom setting is like a custom object where we can store the data. But the data in this custom setting can be fetched without writing SQL query. Is that was clear for everyone? Okay. Now let us go back to this. Setup. Then we have security controllers. Now we have data management. What is this? Schema. Enable it. First, setup, administer, data management, schema settings, enabled. Then we are going to create a custom settings. Setup, build, develop, custom settings, new custom. What type of custom setting is this? Custom setting is what? Like, look at this, like a custom object only they created, live data underscore underscore C. Now in the object, what will be there? Fields will be there. Create a new field. Then email, this is how we got it. I created a fields. Then what we have here? Mails, new. $10,000 email. We are storing the data. This is how data is stored. Like a custom setting is a custom object where we are storing the data. Now, how do you access this data? I told you, any data that is stored to custom setting, any data that is stored to custom setting, any data that is stored to custom setting, we can fetch the data without writing a software code. What is the object name? Now, in the custom setting, one standard field is created. What is that? Name field. That name field will act as a get. Live data dot. Now, it is a map. It is a map. Now we are getting here. Get. What was it? 1 minute. Live data dot get all. Get all the records in the custom setting in the form of map, where name field is the key and the custom setting value is the value. Name field is the key and this is the value. Then how do you get the value? Set off. Then how do you get the value? In the map, if you know key, we can get the value. So what I was doing for string s, ld dot ld dot live data. So string S keys. String S keys. String S keys. So what we are doing? Take one by one key. In the map, if I give key, 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 we are going to get the corresponding value. In the map, if I give key, we get the corresponding value. We get the corresponding value. So that record name, amount, email. How do you get the data? Custom setting dot get all. 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 Get all the data. Get all the data. Get all the data from the map. 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 The data will be coming in the form of, are you getting my point? Custom setting dot get all the data in the form of map, where name field is the key, custom setting is the value. Now, how do you get all the name fields? Key set. In the map, if I give key set, what we are going to get? Set of keys. In the map, how do you get the keys, boss? Key set. How do you get a particular value? Map dot get of key will give you a particular value. So how did I fetch this data? Without writing any SQL query, I was fetching this data. There is advantage of going for a custom setting. Satish, Kiran are keys. Satish, value, amount, Kiran, amount, email. So we are able to fetch the data from the custom setting without writing a SQL query. What is the custom setting? Custom setting is like a custom object. Any data that is stored to custom setting that can be fetched without writing a SQL query. Is that was clear? Is that was clear? Am I clear with this? Right, boss? Okay. Next. Let me give you next point. If you go with this, I have a table in this. This is how we got. Now there are 3 users who are available. Now, this one. This is the data what we have. Let anybody open, same record will be opened. Am I right? Let anybody open the same data. But what is my requirement? If Sham open, this should be Satish. If Sham open the record, it should be Satish. If Ram open, it should be Satish. If Kiran open, it should be Satish. Same record should be visible to 3 people in 3 different styles. Is it possible with the regular data? In the table, if I save any record, let anybody open the record, same data will be visible to you. But what is your requirement? For different people, you want to show different data. Record is same record for different people, you want to show different data. How it is possible? Then we have custom settings. For different group of people, if I want to show different data, then we go for custom setting. What type of custom setting? Hierarchical custom setting, where we can assign the values based on the user or a profile. We can assign different set of values for different profiles, different set of values for different profiles, different set of values for different users. Hierarchical custom setting, where I want to assign the data based on profile or a user. Look at this context. Custom setting, new custom setting, test data, hierarchy, test data hierarchy. Now we are creating a new field. Next, active. So I have created a field called active. Then what we have here? Then say by default value for everyone. For everyone, value is for everyone it is true. But for this particular profile, system administrator value is for everyone it is a true. For system administrator it is false. Now what I'm doing, I can assign multiple users also. For Ravi, false. For Kumar, true. I can assign. We want to assign different set of values for different profiles or different user. What is the advantage of this? Why you want to assign a different set of values? What is the advantage of this? Let me tell you. We have a validation rule, boss. When anybody create a record, validation rule will run. But I told, for everyone the validation rule should run. For Satish, the validation rule should not run. For everyone, validation rule should run. For Satish, validation rule should not run. How will you manage? Then I told hierarchical custom setting. For everyone, the value is true. For Satish, the value is false. Then go back to the object. Validation rule. New validation rule. Insert. What is the object I created? Test data. If it is active, and is blank of. If the phone number is blank and this is active, then throw error message. Then what I'm doing, go to this account, new account. I give a phone number blank. Still record saved. Why? For system administrator I gave false. So the validation rule is not running for system administrator. Tomorrow, if you feel that for system administrator also the validation rule should run, then what I can do? Simply go to your test data, manage, edit. So, are you making any changes on the coding? Coding wise, you are not making any changes. Again, I saved. Let me run it. Edit. Save it. Not enabled here. Edit. Administrator. Go back to the record again. Account. Test. Edit. What is wrong with the rule? Setup.
The rule is on lead objects.
I gave one lead object. No. Okay, fine. Go to the lead object. So I took the data. It has thrown. Now go back there. Tomorrow I decided for system administrator, validation rule should not run. Go here. Edit. Then what happened? Go back here. Save it. Record is saved. So without modifying the code, without modifying the formula, we will be able to deactivate and activate all the validation. For Satish, I want to deactivate all the rules. Create a hierarchical custom setting. Make it as a false. In every validation rule, check. If it is true, run it. Otherwise, don't run it. Are you getting my point? We are going to use this hierarchical custom setting in the triggers. For that purpose, we just started the topic here. Once again, I'll repeat the topic. What is the custom setting? What is the custom setting? What is the purpose of the custom setting? Okay. Custom setting is also like a custom object where we store the data, but the data can be retrieved without writing any SQL query. Custom setting is also like a global object. Custom setting is also like a global object. I can use this data wherever I want without writing a SQL query. How many types of custom settings we have? 2 types of custom setting. What are they? List custom setting, hierarchical custom setting. List is for what? Storing the group of record. Hierarchical is what? Storing the data based on different user, different profile. Different set of values are stored for different users or different profile. Where we can use it? We can use the hierarchical custom setting in the concept of triggers or in the concept of validations. I hope you are good with this. So that's all from my end for the day. We'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, one of the important topic we are going to discuss, that is extension. Next 10 days, we are going to discuss the major concepts of the development. That is, next complete week, I am going to discuss about triggers, followed by batch effects, schedule effects, future method, this thing. For all this, the core basic concepts are list, set, map, SQL, and DML. Practice. Next 10 days are going to be very important classes for development. They are the main concepts which you are going to implement. Whatever we learn now, all these are to support the next 10 weeks, 10 days classes. Whatever the classes we have done from the last 1.5 months, these are only used to support the concepts which are going to implement in the next 10 days. So they are the major concepts. Don't miss out the next 10 days classes. Right. Syllabus.
Sir, metadata, would you like to cover it?
Yeah, I'll be covering it tomorrow. That's all from my end. See you all in the next session.